After making a ton of prototypes and never sticking to any, I and my buddy Q-Hark wanted to change things. We desperately needed to finish a game. This is when Q-Hark came up with an idea. I haven't played a lot of horror games, but most of the ones I've tried play out in a very similar order. You go inside a closed dark space where you find a few bad guys. If they're weak, you kill them, and if they're strong, you run from them. We wanted to do something different. Instead of forcing the player to fight, run, or hide, we wanted them to take it slow and soak in the world they were in. With that idea in mind, we started working on Fume, which is short for Fog Under Moonlight. The name itself is what the game is all about. You, as the player, are trapped in a forest lit by moonlight covered with dense fog, and your goal is to escape this fog by solving a few puzzles. We wanted the forest to feel like a large open space, but also serve the role of a prison at the same time. So we turned it into an endlessly looping world which would keep repeating itself. Now I could do it in two ways. First one being the way most of the endless runners do it. Keep spawning new fragments of the map in front of the player and delete the ones behind them. But an endless runner is much simpler because the player is moving in only one direction. But we wanted the forest in Fume to feel like a large space where the player could move in any direction they wanted. So I made a very simple system which keeps track of the edges of the map in all four directions. If the player leaves any of the edges, it teleports them back to the opposite end, creating a very seamless transition which you can't even notice during the game. And this way we were able to make a prison which let the players move on their will while also keeping them restrained. But just an endless forest won't be enough to call this game a game. The game needs to give the player a problem which motivates them to find solutions for it. We had the problem in mind from the beginning, something that's always a threat to the player, but the player can very easily avoid it if they are careful enough. I will talk about it more in a moment, because we first focused on creating these solutions for the problem. We love games which trust the players and not hold their hands by spraying yellow paint on every climbable ledge and marking every item or secret on a minimap. We wanted the player to figure out stuff on their own, to let them have that eureka moment. But we still had to give some sort of hints to guide their curiosity. So we went on with the theme of someone trapping you in this endless prison and added more prisoners. These NPCs did the job of telling the player about the world they are in and what they're supposed to do to get out of there. But none of them straight up throw any information at you. Q-Hark did a great job while writing the dialogues. We were able to create a bit of mystery while also giving the player the information they needed. And this is how we introduced the solutions to the player. Now let's talk about the problem, the threat which the player is always facing. Since the game is very short, it's hard to talk about it without spoiling the fun, but I'll try my best. So there's this thing which has captured the player and all the NPCs in this fog world. It is always looking at you and observing your every single step. I designed its AI in a certain way which forces the player to take it slow, allowing them to soak in the environment. If the player is careful enough, they can beat the entire game without meeting the thing even once. And that's all I can say about it. I know it sounds pretty anticlimactic, but trust me, there's a lot more to it, but I didn't want to ruin the fun for you by spoiling everything here. Then we added the beginning area, which is just a small path and a bunch of trees covering it on three sides, leaving the player with only one way to go, and that way gets the player into the fog world where the thing has captured you. I made a pretty sick effect which makes the transition very seamless and not noticeable at all, but we later changed it to a more open field which was surrounded by mountains on all four sides. sides, along with a forest and a village facing each other. But it felt too fake to QHark, so this is the layout we both agreed on, and I also liked it the best of all the versions. Then after some playtests, we made some more design changes, like removing the pixelation effect because it was not contributing to the gameplay at all. Through a lot of trial and error, we brought this game as close to our initial vision as we could. Now, we know it's not a game for everyone and most of the people won't like it, but we're okay with it because we wanted to do something different and actually finished a project for the first time. So make sure to at least give it a try. You can click the link in the description to play it, and please make sure to let us know what you think about it. And for the future, we're working on something big this time. Just wait a few days and you'll know more about it.